Hi, this is Maestro, and I'm here with Dimitry Bivol, the WBA light heavyweight champion of the world. Dimitry, thank you first of all for doing this interview. I really respect the fact that you are here, giving your time for this. First thing I want to talk to you about, last time I saw you was after the Canelo fight in Vegas, and I actually asked you at the press conference about that whole experience. You weren't able to come out to your anthem. Later on, it took months for you to be paid. Is any of that the reason why you're hesitant about doing the fight again under the same terms as the first time?
Вадик, ты не слышал вопрос, да?
Да, он говорит, что почему ты на тех же условиях не хочешь сделать этот бой. В тот раз, когда бой проходил, ты спрашивал, как это все прошло, какой был опыт и так далее. Почему ты думаешь, на этих же условиях бой не может случиться снова? Why he doesn't want to do it on the same terms?
Yeah.
Why does Canelo...
No, why he doesn't want to do it.
Because I took that fight just because I need that fight. I need to show my skill to all of the world. And now things are changed. I showed my skills, and now I didn't say that fight before that fight. I wanna this and this. I just told yes, yes, yes. Now I wanna people feel me, you know, the team what I want. First of all, I wanna fight for the belts. I wanna fight for his belts. If it's possible, let's do this fight.
Right.
But can you name one person? Can you name one person that beat a champion or beat like a superstar and then went and gave him a rematch, which was not an ordered rematch on the same terms? Have you ever seen that happen?
I cannot, but to be honest, I also haven't seen a situation where a world champion isn't allowed to come out to his national anthem either, or represent his country.
That's different, though.
Yeah.
It's just that Canelo saying we want it on the same terms. It doesn't even make any sense. Like he wants all the same terms after losing.
So let me ask you about the terms, because when we hear talk about terms, are we talking financial terms? Are we talking about terms in terms of what championship belts are at stake?
Well, Canelo is the one that said he doesn't want the same terms. He didn't specify what, but he has specified he doesn't want the fight at 168. And he said that he doesn't want it at 168 because he doesn't want the fans to say that he pushed Dimitry into his weight class. Well, Dimitry is the one asking to go to 168. So how are the fans going to think that he pushed Dimitry? In reality, he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to risk the titles that he has. But at the end of the day, I mean, how many times can you lose and remain champion? That doesn't make any sense either. So I think this fight for the fans deserve to see this fight in the super middleweight division, because if he loses, at least he's not a champion anymore this time. I think that makes a lot of sense.
All right, so I'm going to direct it back to Dimitry, because at that post-fight press conference, you made it clear that you would prefer to fight at 168 for his belts. After the fight, you know, a lot of people said that the only reason you beat Canelo was because of the size advantage. So my question to you is, what do you have to gain as Dimitry Bivol, the light heavyweight champion, from fighting Canelo again at 175? Is there anything to gain other than money?
Какие для тебя плюсы, если с ним подраться 175, кроме денег?
А какие плюсы могут быть?
Not even money.
You know, I don't see, I can't see another pluses, you know, to be honest, than money. And now I like my positions, to be honest. I beat him in 175, and just give me the chance to fight for the belts in 175 or in 168. I want to fight for the belt.
But he wants the same money. Canelo wants the same money for the rematch, from what I understand. That's what he means by the same terms. So if he gets the same money from the entire budget, what does that leave the guy that beat him with?
$5 million, right?
Whatever it
reportedly.
So there's no money either. So overall, Canelo's basically, I want to fight people, but on the same terms, and Bivol has to fight me as if like he's the challenger again.
All right, so moving on from Canelo, you're in quite the precarious situation, being the WBA champion, vying for undisputed. The other belts are obviously held by a fellow Russian who, for whatever reason, is allowed to represent the WBC, despite the WBC saying that they won't allow Russian fighters, which in itself is interesting. I've heard it being reported that Mauricio Suleiman has stated that you are able to apply for some sort of exemption to be able to fight for a WBC title. Is that something that you would consider doing?
ты бы хотел подать на какое-то разрешение драться за титул в ВБЦ? Сулейман вроде бы сказал о том, что ты можешь подать на какое-то разрешение.
If we see that fight could happen, of course we will try to do everything to get this fight. But why he doesn't want me fight for his belt? Why he want me to ask about some exemption? He has a fighter who's Russian too. It's a better name. Okay, he's living in Canada. I was born in Kyrgyzstan. I was living there 12 years.
Spends a
I'm
couple of months a
citizen,
year. Yeah.
and I'm citizen of Kyrgyzstan too because I born there. You know, doesn't make sense. You know, it's too standard.
Yeah. Is there any reason you think that there's that double standard? I mean, you're both Russian. My understanding is that you do spend part of the year in California as well. You just stated that you're also spend time in Kyrgyzstan, your native country. Why do you think that there's this rule, and why do you think that Beterbiev is able to hold the WBC title?
I don't know. Maybe he just wanna show that he's control. He's control everything. Or I don't know why. I just want a sport to be independent on politics. I really hope it will be one day, you know, because I'm an athlete. I don't think about anything, only on my trainings, on my fights. And
It's not even important in my opinion, and I think you'll agree. They're both pound for pound, top 10 pound for pound fighters, Beterbiev and Bivol. If they fought tomorrow, and let's say the WBC didn't approve it and the title was not on the line, how much is that going to take away from that fight?
Nothing.
The winner of that fight is going to be pound for pound number one. The winner of that fight is going to be one of the best in the world today. So are we really is it really just conversation, or is it actually important, in your opinion?
I mean, in my opinion, it's the number one fight that needs to take place at 175.
That's what's important.
Yeah. So
Everything else is just talking. You know, they're trying to include politics in this very, very professional event of two of the biggest stars, two of the biggest athletes in boxing right now. They're trying to say, oh, politics are going to be a problem. You know, this guy. But at the end of the day, like, it doesn't even make any sense. This kid he lives in Kyrgyzstan, he lives in the US, he spends less time in Russia than Beterbiev. What are they talking about, you know? It doesn't make any sense. He lives in Canada, he actually has a double citizenship. Does Beterbiev have a second citizenship? I don't think so. Have they even done he wants to do like a petition, or wants to petition the fight?
Yeah.
Have they collected information from all boxers from Russia on where they live and what kind of passports they have? Nobody has done that.
Well, I got to be honest with you, and I'm going to move on from this question to my last question. It wouldn't matter to me if he lived 100% of the time in Russia, as far as I'm concerned. So let's go back to the light heavyweight division. We've got Callum Smith versus your compatriot, Beterbiev. I'm assuming you want the winner of that fight, but in the interim period, is there another fight that we can expect to see you in?
какой-то еще, да? Бой,
Какой-то вариант боя. Еще может быть?
Of course, it could be some fight, but I don't know against who. If I didn't get fight for the belt to the end of the year, I hope my team will find me another fight, because I don't wanna be inactive for 1 year. Of course, I need to get a fight. I need to go to the ring and just shaking up.
Okay. Dimitry, thank you very much for your time.